Hi everyone, my name is Lianna Genovese. I'm the CEO and founder of Imaginable Solutions. We create assistive technology to improve the quality of life for people with disabilities. I'd like you all to mimic the motions I'm making with my hand. Move your wrist around, open and close your hand, give those fingers a wiggle. So this is what it feels like to have full mobility in your hand and arm. And not everybody has that. 58 million people of all ages have a medical condition or injury that impairs their hand mobility, such as cerebral palsy or ALS. They experience spasticity in the hand and arm weakness, and the inability to hold objects. So how do these individuals write, paint, draw, or use a phone? They don't. And that's where our product begins. 3 years ago, I met Alyssa, a woman with dystonia, a rare type of cerebral palsy. She loved to paint, but as her condition progressed, she wasn't able to hold on to a paintbrush. Alyssa inspired me to create Guided Hands, an assistive device that enables people with limited hand mobility to write, paint, draw, and access technology through touchscreen devices and keyboards. It uses a unique sliding system that promotes controlled and guided hand movements as the user holds a handpiece tailored to their level of hand impairment. The handpiece is connected to an arm that holds the writing utensil for the individual so that they don't have to finally grasp onto that utensil. Now, our technology is patent pending, and we've won international and national awards, including the James Dyson Engineering Award, the guy who created that really awesome vacuum cleaner. So our mission is to improve quality of life through Guided Hands by promoting self-expression, independence, and communication. Guided Hands has competitors. The majority of our competitors are handheld devices that can hold the writing utensil for the individual, but they're one size fits all. And here's the difference. Guided Hands provides multiple ambidextrous and interchangeable handpieces to accommodate individuals with different levels of mobility, such as spasticity in the hand. As well, our mechanical sliding system promotes the user to use their gross motor skills in the shoulder rather than the poor fine motor skills in the hand. And you're probably wondering, Lianna, why can't these individuals use speech-to-text technology, eye gazes, or switches? Well, the majority of the people that we serve are nonverbal. They have speech impairments, and we're really trying to promote people to use their hands. The use of our hands is critical in everyday life, so we want these individuals to maintain their hand sensory motor skills, their range of motion, their hand-eye coordination. I created the first prototype of Guided Hands when I was 18 years old studying biomedical engineering. And during my entire undergrad, we tested Guided Hands with over 500 neurologists, occupational therapists, and people with limited hand mobility of all ages and conditions. And we quickly realized that it's not one size fits all, and we needed to create different handpieces tailored to different levels of mobility. So we created two handpieces, a spherical handpiece for an individual just to rest their hand on, no grasping efforts needed, great for individuals with arthritis or lower levels of cerebral palsy. But then we also created a handpiece for individuals with more spasticity in the hand, a flat handpiece for individuals who might have Huntington's disease or higher levels of cerebral palsy. And one day during our testing, I introduced Guided Hands to a little girl with cerebral palsy, and as soon as she began painting, the widest smile spread across her face. She turned to her mom and said, "Mom, I want one." And the mom turned to me and asked, "How much is it?" And at that point, the thought of selling this device had never crossed my mind. I only had one of them. But in that moment, I realized that I created something that could impact someone's life. So a week later, I incorporated Imaginable Solutions. I'm 23 years old now, and last year I graduated from biomedical engineering in May. And as soon as I graduated, we manufactured our first batch of devices in Hamilton, Ontario, and we launched the device into market. And we were able to do so because Guided Hands does not require any regulatory approval in Canada and the US. So we sell Guided Hands for $579 Canadian. We sell it B2B to hospitals, nursing homes, rehabilitation centers, and schools. And we also receive B2C sales through those channels and through our website where families and individuals can purchase Guided Hands directly. Now, Guided Hands has made an impact for people across the world. Now, let me introduce you to just three. Mila's a little girl with cerebral palsy who's using Guided Hands during our occupational therapy session here in Toronto at Smile Therapy for Kids. Her mother said that it was so lovely to see her daughter draw for the first time independently, and Mila carried around her drawing all day with the proudest smile on her face. Jeff, real big Toronto Maple Leafs fan, and he has cerebral palsy. He used guided hands to access technology, using the guided hands to access an iPad and play a game of wordscapes. Not only was he able to show us how smart he was in getting all these words, but he also was able to communicate, which is extremely important because he's nonverbal. And the last person is Annabelle. She has rheumatoid arthritis, and she's using guided hands to play a game of solitaire during her recreational therapy at a nursing home. She's able to stimulate her brain and still promote using her hands. Guided Hands has been sold across Canada, the US, and Europe. Imaginable Solutions was selected as one of 5 companies in Canada to go to England next month to commercialize their device there in collaboration with AgeWell and the NHSA. Guided Hands is available in 33 states in the US and 3 provinces in Canada, all being used in the rehab setting. A few months ago, I presented at the American Congress of Rehabilitation Medicine Conference in Chicago, where Guided Hands won Best Overall Rehab Technology. And that's exactly where we want to go. We would like to do research and evaluate and gather scientific evidence for Guided Hands as a range of motion training device to help individuals during the rehabilitation journey. Now, we've already partnered right here with the KITE Institute with Dr. Sue Finder, Kelsey Ryan, to implement this research within the next few months. Now, with scientific evidence, this will help Guided Hands move forward in 3 ways. First, this will help us increase adoption within healthcare facilities. Second, this will help us investigate different and additional patient use cases. And third, this will help us improve the technical design of Guided Hands. Now, we're a young startup, but we're passionate about bringing Guided Hands into the hands of as many people as possible, quite literally. And in order to do that, we would use the prize money today, 80% of it, to go to our research study and 20% to go to manufacturing additional Guided Hands. At Imaginable Solutions, we're improving quality of life for people like Mila, Jeff, Annabelle, and 58 million others living with limited hand mobility to enable them to live the life that they imagine. Thank you.